Don't make the same mistake that Netflix has and look away before this dire tale is even filmed. And avoid the cruel whimsy and whimsical cruelty of what's to come.
Ugh. This marketing is so season one. Let's try this my way. This was season one. But this is season two. There's more villainous treachery, more treacherous villains, angry villagers.
Burn them right now!
Unwanted elective surgeries. Skull drill.
Check.
Man-eating lions. More violence, fire, and despair. Hello, hello. It's really going to be quite dreadful. I can't wait.
Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on a series of Unfortunate Events Season 2, and today we're going to be doing a trailer breakdown for the trailer that you just watched. And so a series of Unfortunate Events is coming out very soon in the next month or two, so at the end of March, so get ready guys. So please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you're new if you do go on to enjoy this video. I'll be doing lots of videos actually leading up to this, and when it comes out I'll be doing lots of theory videos about Season 3, as it seems like a lot of you guys online, you actually like these videos. So thank you for all the support on my recent videos. We got over 10,000 views, which is really great for a series of Unfortunate Events, and I'm very happy that you guys are enjoying watching me do these, because I'm truly passionate about this, because the books are my actual favorite books of all time, and I'm just so passionate about this show and what it's got to have in Season 2 and then Season 3. So we're going to be breaking the trailer down chronologically, but it's not necessarily cut up chronologically. The footage is from all of the different episodes in Season 2, so they're going to be covering 5 books in Season 2 rather than 4 like they did in Season 1, so I'm very excited. So obviously we get the traditional breaking the fourth wall with the teaser that they actually released back before Season 1 was actually released, with Snicket actually talking to us, and obviously this time Count Olaf is doing that. And so we get a recap of Season 1, and then we move on to the actual new footage. So we see Count Olaf, and he's in his carnival disguise, and this is in the Carnivorous Carnival episode at the Caligari Carnival. So in this episode, the Carnivorous Carnival episode, Count Olaf, it's actually revealed just prior to this that anytime where the Baudelaires are, he goes to Madame Lulu, and we actually see her later in the trailer, but I will talk about her in a minute. So this is the main reason as to why we actually go into the carnival, and it's because the Baudelaires are actually going to spy on Madame Lulu to try and get some information about the foreseeable future. So this is a really awesome shot in the trailer. But we move on to the next shot, and we actually move back in time, and this is during the Vile Village episode, and it's whilst they're trying to get on Hector's self-sustaining hot air mobile home, which I talked about in my last trailer video, which I will leave a link in the description below so you can go to that video. So this is a really awesome shot. I love the use of colors and silhouettes. So Violet's trying to get onto the self-sustaining hot air mobile home that Hector actually created, and Hector's going to be heavily featured in that episode. So we get a repeat shot from last trailer of the kids actually running out of Prufrock Preparatory School, and this is in the Austere Academy episode. So this is most likely episode 2, considering they're running away, probably chasing after the car that Duncan and Isadora are actually being kidnapped in. That's my theory that I talked about in last episode, so I think that's what that shot's actually doing. So I think that's episode 2 near the ending. And obviously breaking the fourth wall again, this is the kids falling down the elevator. They're gonna have to try and get out, and I think we have the answer later in this trailer, so we'll talk about that then. But a few cool shots of Count Olaf, and then we get a establishing shot in the Carnivorous Carnival episode. So this is later on during the season. So this is going to be the second to last episode, because the Carnivorous Carnival books are going to be covering those last 2 episodes of Season 2. So that's a really nice look at the Carnivorous Carnival, and it seems to be very abandoned as it is in the books. So this is the shot that we get that I was talking about earlier, and that is of Olivia Caliban, aka Madame Lulu. And so I'm not sure who the actress is playing her, but she does look very similar to the illustrations that we actually got in the book, so I'm very excited to see her with her fortune telling skills, and she's going to be prominently featured in that episode. And in the end of the episode, big spoilers here, she's gonna die by the lions. So we get a shot inside the Heimlich hospital, and this is one of the last episodes. As the kids go with the Volunteers Fighting Disease organization, they are a group of people who actually go to the Heimlich hospital in an attempt to cure the patients with their cheerful moods and cheer them up, and that's after they've actually run away from the village of foul devotees in the Vile Village books. So that's going to be like midway through season 2, they're actually going to run away from there and go to the Heimlich hospital, and in the Heimlich hospital they're going to meet Hal, and later in the trailer we get to see Violet, and she's in this place, and all the kids help out in Hal's library of records in the Heimlich hospital, and they try and use that to get some information. But the weird sisters are here, that's what I call them by. But the next shot we see Count Olaf, and he's in the Heimlich hospital in his disguise, and then we move back in time again, and we see in the background behind Esme and behind Count Olaf it says Gunther, and that is actually Count Olaf's disguise. But if you look closer in the foreground in front of Esme and Count Olaf, aka Gunther, in this episode, you can see it says on the newspaper, on the Daily Punctilio, breaking news, Count Omar strikes again. And this is a big Easter egg to the books, because in the books and in these episodes Count Olaf's name is actually mistaken and it's Count Omar, and in the Vile Village episode Jacques Snicket actually gets arrested and he gets burnt alive on the stake due to them actually mistaking him for Count Olaf, aka Count Omar in this instance. And so that's going to be happening in the Vile Village episode. But this is the episode, the Ersatz elevator, and this is going to be at the auction, so the Verblen Hall, that's where the auction actually takes place. So that's just a nice link back to the books. So we get our first look at Carmelita Spatz, and she's an extremely unpleasant girl with who Violet, Klaus and Sunny actually first encounter at the Prufrock Preparatory School, and she calls them cake sniffers. That's her signature line. She's the villain of the students there. So the next shot we see a guy, and at first I wasn't sure, but then I knew. This is Vice Principal Nero, and he is the Vice Principal at Prufrock Preparatory School, and he's very similar to how he actually looks in the book, so I'm very happy that they've actually gone with someone who looks very, very similar, and his clothing attire is very similar, apart from he's wearing a bow tie, and in the illustrations he wears a tie, but that's nothing too big. So moving back to the Vile Village episode, we get to see the angry villagers, and this is after the Baudelaires have actually been accused of a crime, and the Baudelaires have to run off, and they end up in the Heimlich hospital. And so this is when the Baudelaires are actually running off with Hector's self-sustaining hot air mobile home, and they are angry and they're trying to get them. But as you can see in the next shot, we get to see another shot of the villagers from behind, and we can see 3 of the main members of the council in the VFD village. So the next shot we see Violet, and she's been strapped down, and we can see she's undergoing unnecessary, unwanted elective surgery, and this is during their stay at the Heimlich hospital, and Count Olaf is obviously orchestrating this. And in the next shot, we're still in the Heimlich hospital. We see Fernald, Count Olaf, and the really tall guy, and they're walking through the hospital. But following this, we move back to the final episode of season 2, which is in the Carnivorous Carnival episodes inside the Caligari Carnival, and we get to see 2 people walking into the pit with man-eating lions. And so if you didn't know, like I mentioned earlier, in the end 2 people will die here. That will be Madame Lulu, and it will be one of the members of Count Olaf's troop. But as you can see in the background, there are members of Count Olaf's troop, and you can see Madame Lulu in the background. I'm presuming it's her, and 2 people are walking the plank to those lions. So the next shot is back inside the Heimlich hospital, and we see Esme as she throws her boot as she tries to kill Violet. And it seems like this is in Hal's library of records, considering all the storage there. But the following shot is all those drawers actually falling over and Violet's running away, and we get an external establishing shot of the Heimlich hospital, and this is just a really, really nice crisp clean shot, and it's cool. But there's a fire, so this is nearer to the end of the episode, and we get to see a guy. He's been knocked out and he's on the ground. He's been dragged across, and it could be Jerome Squalor, but I can't pin this down as to who he is as of now. He might be just an extra, but we'll have to wait and see. It seems like this is definitely in the first or second episode of season 2. And then we cut back to another shot inside the Heimlich hospital. Due to her surroundings, that's where I'm inferring she actually is, considering you can see all the drawers in the background. But Violet's there and she's looking stunned, and this might potentially be the same shot that we see next with Count Olaf inside the Heimlich hospital, and that is just a really, really sinister shot, so I like that. But the next shot, we get our first look at Jacques Snicket, and I'm sorry if I'm actually butchering that name, but he Sunny is a relative of Lemony Snicket, and he, like I mentioned earlier, is the one that's going to be mistaken for Count Olaf, aka Count Omar in this instance, and he's going to be burned at the stake because he has the eye of the VFD, the logo that they actually have on his ankle, and he's going to be mistaken for that. And I'm not sure who the woman is, but it might just be an acquaintance, but we have to wait and see for that. We get to see Sunny, and she's falling down the elevator, and this seems like the same shot that we saw earlier with everyone falling down, and she's using some sort of rug. I don't really remember this from the books, but if any of you guys know, let me know in the comments below. I'm sorry that I couldn't pin that down. But the final shot of the trailer is actually from the Vile Village episode, and it seems like this is the same set that we saw in that original season 2 trailer that came out about a month ago. And like we inferred and theorized about, this film set is actually being used in season 2, and it was used for the marketing. So we can see the VFD sign in the background, the eye logo, and the kids are all walking out of a saloon type place. But anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching this trailer breakdown for A Series of Unfortunate Events season 2. So please be sure to subscribe to not miss any A Series of Unfortunate Events videos, because we're going to be covering it all the time. As you guys have been seeing, I've been making more frequent videos, so sorry for not uploading on it in about a month or two, but I've been quite busy. But anyway guys, leave your suggestions. Do you want me to make some more videos to do with this? Is there other things that I missed? Let me know and I will do a video on it. So anyway guys, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
It doesn't make us strong, it doesn't make us weak. Tongue tied to service like sharp reach.